Hi, my name is Trisha. I met John back in high school and we fell in love. We dated for a while, but eventually graduated and went our separate ways. Years later, we met again at a soccer game and instantly rekindled our love. We have been married for 3 years now, and we have a son. We also live close to my in-laws. Unfortunately, my in-laws adore my husband's ex-girlfriend because she was a model and very fit. Whenever we have a barbecue or get together at their house, they always bring her up and talk about how beautiful she is while criticizing me for being too fat. I gained weight after giving birth to our son. Most husbands would get angry if their wife was insulted, but my husband is different. He listens and laughs with his family when they make fun of me, and sometimes even agrees with them. That's why I hate having get-togethers with my in-laws. At first, I told my husband that I didn't want to go and made excuses. Sometimes I will be like, I have flu today, but he would always say things like,
"Doesn't it feel unusual to be absent when there's a gathering at my parents' place? You should be grateful that we're not living with them."
Then I told him that I don't like his family comparing me with his ex-girlfriend, and that they making mockery of my size. However, my husband misunderstood me and said,
"Why are you so jealous because you'll never be on her level? Is that why you're acting up? It's understandable, I guess. She's beautiful and you can never be as good no matter how hard you try."
I couldn't talk to my parents because they would be shocked. Any parent would be angry if their daughter was called fat or compared with husband ex-girlfriends. Since I couldn't talk to my parents, I asked my close friend Sharon, and she said, "If I was you, I will divorce him. How could his family talk about his ex-girlfriend at the gatherings? That's a nightmare. And your husband even joins them too. You better get a divorce right away." To be honest, what my friend said made sense to me. Soon another family get-together was here. Even though I kept telling my husband I didn't want to go, he ignored my feelings as always and said,
"Aren't you my wife? Can't you act like my wife for once?"
I snapped after he said that. What did he mean by act like my wife? Was to continue being ridiculed by his family, but I couldn't live like this anymore. I made a decision and went to my in-laws' house. As soon as we arrived, my mother-in-law insulted me by saying, as usual, "The way you dress is so lame, you have no sense of fashion. Don't you have anything better to wear? My son's ex-girlfriend always looks so fashionable."
I know, right? Trisha has such a bad taste. I feel embarrassed to walk next to her sometimes.
My husband didn't bother protecting me at all. He had such a fun time laughing along with his family.
My ex is really cute. When I introduced her to other people, everyone was so jealous.
Do you really have to say that in front of me? I wish your ex-girlfriend was your wife. Why did you break up with her? How about you divorce Trisha and marry your ex-girlfriend? The whole family laughed out loud. I don't know why my husband and his ex-girlfriend broke up, but I guess it was my husband who got dumped because he was so broke back then. I wondered how long his family would cling to their past glory. At the same time, my feelings towards my husband only declined.
You're right. I don't know why we broke up. I shouldn't have broken up with her at all.
John, are you even serious then? I went to my bag and came back. I placed some papers on the table without saying anything. Their jaws dropped when they saw the papers. His mother started to stutter when she spoke. "What does this mean?" I replied, "Oh, have you never seen this? It's divorce papers." I felt it was a perfect timing for this since you were discussing divorce. Can you please sign it? I passed a pen to my John. He couldn't keep up with the situation and kept looking back and forth between my face and the pen he was holding. "No, we're just joking. Don't take it seriously," I replied with a straight face. "You think I believe that after listening to all of you praising the ex-girlfriend so much? It's not good for my mental health if things go on like this, so I'm getting a divorce. I don't need or want a husband who laughs when his whole family is criticizing me." Everyone looked terrified. My husband didn't want a divorce, so he said sorry.
It was just a joke, and it got out of hand.
Okay, just a joke. I see. To you, it was all just a joke.
I can explain.
Just as your parents mentioned, it's truly unfortunate that you couldn't marry your ex-girlfriend. How about this? I divorce you, and you can ask her to marry you instead. Let's see if she truly cares about you. My husband was left speechless, so I turned towards my mother-in-law and remarked, "When they do get married, please ensure you inform her that your son got divorced because his ex-wife was constantly compared to her, to the point where the ex-wife couldn't bear it." Instantly, my mother-in-law's face turned pale. They had been insulting me all this time, so I didn't understand why they were trying to comfort me after I said I wanted a divorce. I had a suspicion they all knew without me, John will face financial difficulties, or better still, will have to be paying child support that is after when we have sold our house. Everyone tried to convince me to stay, but I left their house right away. My husband didn't sign the divorce papers in the end. Now we live in separate rooms at home. I stopped doing anything for him. I cook for myself, do my laundry, and pretend my husband doesn't exist. He would occasionally check up on me and will ask,
Do you want us to take our son to the park?
I didn't answer and still treat him as if he doesn't exist. Because I stopped doing housework for my husband, he always eats in restaurants. He either has to do his laundry or take it to the dry cleaner, which costs him money. I'm ready to live independently. Now it's time for my husband to cry. Even if he wants to complain about me not doing any housework, he can't. If he does, I will divorce him happily. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.